High-end stores targeted by brazen shoplifters at King of Prussia Mall. Thousands of dollars of items stolen at a time and often during the day. Police say it is part of a growing problem nationwide, made worse by organized theft rings and the pandemic. Our Shawnette Wilson spoke with Upper Marion Township Police about what it's doing to stop these criminals.
In this case, the suspects have been arrested and arraigned, but police don't know yet if they are part of a larger retail theft ring. But as in other cases, they are accused of almost pulling off a big one.
They watched them fill up 2 or 3 bags each and leave the store without stopping to pay for the items.
Thieves hit King of Prussia Mall again, targeting stores to steal thousands of dollars in merchandise. It's at least the 9th one we've reported on so far in recent months. Upper Marion Police Patrol Lieutenant Al Elverson says this one happened just over a week ago inside the store Lululemon.
It was 45 pieces of merchandise in total, almost $3,500. In addition to that, they had tinfoil, which they used to try and defeat the sensors, the security sensors, and they had cutting tools to cut tags off.
Police say store workers called them around 6 o'clock on Saturday, June 17th, to report 2 women putting merchandise in large reusable bags.
We just happened to have 2 detectives in the area at that time, saw these 2 females come out through the orange parking deck and stopped them.
According to this affidavit of probable cause, the suspects are identified as Kanisha Porter and Yasmin Moore. Lieutenant Elverson says high-end retail thefts are a nationwide trend on the rise since the economic problems associated with COVID. But there's a joint effort to try to prevent it.
We have excellent cameras, security cameras inside, outside. We work very well with mall security. A lot of the stores have loss prevention.
Problem is, when the merchandise isn't recovered,
large thefts like this have to be passed on to the consumer. The shrinkage is what it costs the store to recoup these losses. So in turn, they have to raise the prices and charge everyone else more for the items that they're buying.
Police say even with layers of security, this crime is still hard to control. They say workers fear criminals who are becoming even more dangerous, and some stores don't prosecute. In King of Prussia, Shawnette Wilson, Fox 29 News.
We want to turn now to a crackdown on a multi-million-dollar catalytic converter theft ring. It involved multiple victims across the Delaware Valley. Authorities announcing the arrests of 10 adults, 1 juvenile, a Philadelphia towing company, one of the alleged main buyers. Our Kelly Rule reports.
Officials say this was the result of a year-long investigation involving local, state, and federal law enforcement that found TDI Towing in Philadelphia over 3 years bought more than 27,000 catalytic converters to the tune of nearly $8.2 million. And officials say the victims were from across the Delaware Valley.
This one here obviously is off of a vehicle that was stolen. We had to end up replacing it.
Manager at Low Cost Exhaust in Fairless Hills, Thomas Stack, just replaced a catalytic converter stolen off this delivery driver's truck this month. In recent years, they've had as many as 20 vehicles coming in a week needing a replacement.
Start feeling bad for the customers. I mean, some customers I've done 3 or 4 times in the same year.
Bucks County officials announced today that there were thousands of thefts between 2020 and 2023 in their county, and especially neighboring areas like Philadelphia. They launched an investigation that led them to TDI Towing on Wheatsheaf Lane in Philadelphia.
The word at the street level was, if you go to this location, they will buy your catalytic converters, no questions asked. They will buy them after hours at night, and they will buy them in bulk. And they don't care if they're cut off or not cut off.
The towing yard now padlocked. No one can go in or out. But at its peak, officials say TDI had 30 transactions a night, paying a minimum of $10,000 to those coming to the yard to sell catalytic converters. Video surveillance provided by investigators captured a catalytic converter sawed off a stolen vehicle right outside the yard. Officials pinned 52-year-old Michael Williams as TDI's operator, who they say would take as many as 50 catalytic converters at a time to another location for resale and profit. That unnamed location, part of an ongoing investigation. Officials also arrested 6 other TDI employees and 4 people identified as cutters. Officials say Anthony Davalos is facing additional charges for attempting to run down a Lower Southampton detective who tried to stop him from stealing another catalytic converter.
We're going to continue to work. We're going to see where the arms of this reach, and I'm sure there's others doing it, and this is a message to them that we're coming after you.
Stack hopes his customers can catch a break.
Over wintertime, it kind of down a little bit, and then it started ramping back up. But hopefully with them catching the guys, this will calm it down some.
Now, especially in the past year, if you were a victim of a catalytic converter theft and filed a police report, the Bucks County District Attorney's Office is encouraging you to reach out. They may be able to help you. In Doylestown, I'm Kelly Rule, Fox 29 News.
A major drug and gun bust led by Philly police. Over $1 million in drugs now off the streets and nearly 200 people arrested. The three-day operation conducted last week primarily in Kensington. And here's a breakdown of the numbers. $1.4 million worth of drugs confiscated, along with 27 guns, $100 grand in cash. 175 people were arrested on various charges.
The arrests made and the confiscation of firearms and narcotics during this operation underscore our unwavering stance against those who seek to harm our residents and jeopardize public safety.
The operation conducted in partnership with several federal agencies.
New details tonight on 4 people considered armed and dangerous, wanted for a shooting that injured a grandfather and grandson on Sunday. And the group could be connected to even more crimes in our city. Our Kelly Rule has the latest on the investigation.
New images released from Philadelphia police today show 3 people considered armed and dangerous, wanted for getting out of a Kia K5 and opening fire on a Nissan Maxima at a Southwest Philadelphia gas station Saturday evening, shooting a 71-year-old grandfather and his 5-year-old grandson. The father of the 5-year-old and son of the 71-year-old was driving and was not injured. Police say they are looking for 22-year-old Keon Smith, the alleged driver of the Kia K5, 21-year-old Antoine Grimes, and 19-year-old Amir Johnson. Police say they are also looking for a 4th individual they have not identified.
They are armed and dangerous, make no doubt about it. They fired upon this family for all indications revealed to us for no apparent reason on a city street at 10 of 6 at night on a Saturday night. So we need the help of the community to give them up.
We believe that there's multiple crimes committed by these guys, violent crimes.
Detectives with the shooting investigation group say the Kia K5 was located about an hour after the shooting, a short distance away, near 61st and Buist Avenue by 12th District officers. They believe this group is known to people in that community.
I've gotten the impression from the people who are aware of these males that they don't want them around there anymore because they know they're up to no good.
Law enforcement sources say that Kia K5, now in police custody and processed for evidence, is linked to at least 2 other crimes. Police say the Kia K5 was stolen on June 13th from a car rental agency near Philadelphia International Airport, one of several stolen in a series of gunpoint robberies seen in this video at these agencies since January. And this week, law enforcement sources tell Fox 29 the vehicle is also linked to a homicide on South Front Street in Society Hill on June 19th. Police say someone opened fire on this Buick, killing a 35-year-old inside. Sources say they are looking into whether this group is tied to both ongoing investigations.
We also know in the city here that cars are taken and used in other crimes. So we'll work with homicide, major crimes, all the divisions to make sure we solve every crime that these kids might have been involved in.
Police are specifically asking for help from the Southwest community on these 4 wanted individuals. If you have information, they want to hear from you. In Old City, I'm Kelly Rule, Fox 29 News.
A terrifying crime spree in Northeast Philly. Police say a group of men are abducting people at gunpoint and robbing them. As our Dawn Timoney reports, some of the incidents have been violent.
There have been 3 incidents this week. One of the victims, a woman punched in the face and shot at twice. Police believe they're all related, and in every case, the 3 to 4 suspects are in a white U-Haul cargo van. Philadelphia police warning folks in the Northeast to beware of this group of armed young men driving a white U-Haul, trying to force people inside the cargo van, then robbing them at gunpoint. The first victim, a woman just walking along the 12,000 block of Academy a little before 4:30 Tuesday morning.
They forced her into the van, took some money from her, and really most concerning was that they discharged a firearm twice at her after the robbery. Luckily, it did not hit anybody, so that's very concerning to us at this point.
Less than an hour later, police say that same white U-Haul and its occupants boxing a man in at this ATM on the 6300 block of Roosevelt Boulevard, 2 pointing guns at him as he tried to withdraw money. When he was unsuccessful, they stole his 2011 Mercedes-Benz.
These individuals are driving around looking for victims to rob, and it's late at night when it's dark out.
The latest incident happening this morning. A man walking along the 9200 block of Delaware Avenue forced into the van at gunpoint. The suspects threatening to kill him if he didn't get them money.
The person was abducted, taken to 2 different locations where money was tried to withdrawn from that person's bank account.
This man lives along Academy, not too far from where one of the terrifying abductions and robberies occurred.
It's scary. It is. So, thank you. So I appreciate that because I didn't know anything about that. And I'm in and out of this house every day.
The suspect's getting away with several $100s or more. Police say if you see a white U-Haul cargo van in the overnight hours, driving slowly or lingering in a parking lot, call Philadelphia police immediately. They want to get these guys off the street before the situation escalates even further. Dawn Timoney, Fox 29 News.